Feel good? All right. Jim Cotter's got first question, and then line up in the chat and roll on in.
Hey, Owen, congratulations on making a decision and come back. I just wanted to talk or ask you a little bit about what went into your decision. Did you talk to anybody? And uh, was it the defensive coaches that have been hired lately that spurred your decision to come back?
Well, my time in the portal was not that extended. I believe it was a week and a half. And Coach B and Coach Patterson did a good job of calling me every day and stand on me and give me some reminders and tips about the type of place that I was leaving. And they made it known that this place is special and good things are to come. And at the end of the day, I had to look in the mirror and I had to write down some things. That's just some insight on my decision.
Thank you.
No problem.
And I guess what was your initial reason then to leave and enter the transfer portal? What were you feeling that moment in December?
That moment in December, on December 30th, I was feeling like I need to weigh my options, and see what was out there. Because if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have known what's out there to offer me and what can other universities and what can other coaches do for me as far as a plan and developing me. Because that guy, Coach B, um, we're gonna have a great relationship this year, and he has plans on developing me, and I have plans on trusting him and having faith in him. So
And you mentioned that Coach B, Coach Patterson, they called you every day. Did that kind of feel like a second, like recruiting push in a way?
yes, it definitely was another recruiting wave of 2.0. Other than high school, though, it wasn't too many giggles and laughs. It wasn't no smooching going on. It was kind of some business, like what should you do, because this is the last 8 months of your collegiate career. And just it was some real serious talks. Most of them went over 50 minutes, so I definitely got an hour, almost an hour a day out of each of them, and I appreciate them reaching out and staying on me and not turning their back on me. Definitely appreciate them for that.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, Owen, you mentioned Corey and Coach Bielema both talking to you on a daily basis, but other than that, what else was going on for you during the 18 days you were in the transfer portal? How did you spend that time, and what were maybe, without getting too in detail, what were some other interactions you had as far as colleges go?
Um, well, other colleges that recruited me, Texas reached out to me, Florida State reached out to me, Penn State reached out to me, UCF, Wake Forest was a big school that was on me heavy. Um, and every time I would talk to them, immediately after I would get off the phone, I would go straight to Google, and, just go validate and look up some of the facts that they were saying. I spent a lot of my time researching a lot of these programs, past history, who would be coaching me, record, and things like that. So it was a lot of quote homework, I would say, that I was doing on these programs and coaches.
And what was that process like for you ultimately? I mean, did you, even though you ultimately ended up deciding that Illinois was still the right fit for you, did you find good reward, good benefit in just going through that process?
Yes, I did. I actually made a couple connections, and I realized that people like what I put on film last year, and a lot of people think that I was just scratching the surface. So it feels good to know some work has been done, and I haven't even reached my peak yet.
And then one more, fellow defensive lineman Jamal Woods, Isaiah Gay have announced recently that they'll be coming back. How much did that, if at all, factor into your decision as well?
It weighed on me to know that they were here, and we us three all together we came in together. We we were part of that group of freshmen that that played early in the college FPS, and just to know that they were going to stay and they seen something that I didn't at the moment, well, definitely was in the back of my mind and it weighed on me partially.
Thank you, Owen.
No problem.
Owen, congratulations on your decision. What are your goals for this season? What do you want to see yourself accomplish in this next year?
To be honest, Gavin, I'm not looking to set any goals. I just want to go out and be the best me that I can be each and every day. You know, if I do that, I know when I look up in December or whenever the season ends, I'll be satisfied with that. You know, I know that I'm talented, and I know what the coaches around me are going to put me in position, and I know they know what it takes. They've seen it before. They've been all around the country. So I'm just going to trust in them, keep my head down and work from January on out, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Would you say that the familiarity of Illinois and maybe trust with some of the coaches and the people around the program and players that you've built over the years was that something that also played into your decision about coming back?
Yes, you could say that. I mean, I spent 4 years here. I definitely know the area well, know the building well, know people around. And as far as the coaches, some of them I had a relationship with previously, like Coach Patterson, and I know Coach Andy Boo recruited me in high school. But as the process went on these last couple of 18 days, I developed some relationship. I got to see who's who and how they're talking and how they're coming at me from different angles and stuff like that. So I'm definitely bonds are starting to form, and they're gonna do nothing but strengthen over time.
Thanks, appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey, Owen, welcome back. You talked about this being a place where you could grow on a pro and cons list. What ultimately was the most attractive thing about staying here? How do you feel like this place can really help you grow and develop with Bielema and Walters and Jameson?
Well, those three names that you just listed, those guys are great coaches. They encountered, coached, and come across many great players, and I'll be hopefully just another player on that list that they've come across. You got Coach B, who's fresh from the NFL, has a lot of experience, coaches the position that I'm hoping to play at the next level and in college. So I would hope so. I know for a fact he has a lot of insight. So that was a big decision. That was a big factor in my decision. You have Coach Walters. Some people say he's kind of young, but he's very up and coming. From the research that I did on him and some of the players that I talked to that he's coached, I heard nothing but great things. And then Coach Jameson, who actually coached at FAU when I was in high school. So some of my high school teammates and some of my friends have been coached by him. So when it's nice to pick up the phone and call one of your old buddies and you get nothing but good reports about your new coach. So
you talk like 50 minutes, I guess it sounds like, each day or close to each day with Coach Bielema and Coach Patterson. What kind of message, I mean, that's an awfully long phone conversation with those guys. What kind of message did that send to you about your value to them and to this program?
It felt nice to be wanted by them. After I did what I did, I know it wasn't backbreaking or anything like that, but some people would raise eyebrows at that. But the message that it sent to me that we want you, Owen, and you can help this program. That nothing more, nothing less. And another thing was the relationship that we're gonna build is gonna be forever.
One last thing, if I could, you said Coach Boo recruited you in high school. Give us a little insight. We're about to talk to him. What's he like as a recruiter? What kind of relationships does he help develop with guys he's trying to get?
Coach Boo is a great recruiter, great coach. When he was at Maryland, he recruited me. And I remember we watched film for like at least 50 minutes on the scheme and how he wanted to use me like that. So I have nothing nothing negative or nothing that I can see. He's a great guy. I think you guys are gonna love him. Hopefully, me and him could catch up on some old times.
Thanks, Owen. I appreciate it.
Hey, Owen, welcome back. You mentioned that your conversations with the coaches, they really talked about you being important for helping this team start to win. A lot of the guys have talked about, they believe that, this isn't really going to be a rebuild, that you guys can come back and have a very competitive first season under Coach Bielema. How important was that in your factor in, maybe just going out with a better season than what you guys put on the field last year?
Right. Very important factor. I think it's going to be completely different. Just, I know you guys not in the building, but if you could just see how things have changed, just little things in the aura and energy of the team and the staff. And I don't think we're going to be the same Illinois. I think we're going to be a better version, and I think the turnaround is going to be quicker than what you guys and the rest of the world believes or thinks.
And I know Isaiah kind of talked about what the coaches told him maybe in terms of scheme or how they'd like to use them. They've all talked about, they have 3-4 backgrounds. Was scheme anything that they talked to you about in terms of maybe how they'd like to use your talents next year, or is that something that it wasn't talked about too much?
Yeah, scheme was talked about, but the main thing was how they're gonna help me get in position to be a great player and help me take the next step. Whatever they're gonna ask of me, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do anything that'll hurt me as a player. So whatever they ask me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done, and that's that. Whether it's a 3-4, 4-3, 5-2, I'm following the lead of my coach, and that's what I'm planning on doing this year.
Thanks, Owen.
No problem. That's it.
You guys all good? Anybody else? All good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Owen.